With this guy that I know, and they was on the internet talking, and I had a fantasy. My fantasy was one of the crazy ones. I was gonna set an example in front of everybody, and I had the opportunity to set an example. And once I tried to set an example to him in front of everybody, I tried to shoot somebody in the club on the stage, and my gun didn't go off. And it's a Glock. Caught that. It didn't go off. I gave the gun to somebody else. It didn't go out. We got in the car, left. As we ran up Bankhead, I'm cussing dude out like, man, you got this gun, man. Ooh. I hear the window going down, and I hear, bah! And me and everybody in the car was just quiet. I swear, a tear just fell out my eye. Like, I don't know why, it just dropped. I wasn't sad on that. I was just like, what the world? Because I done heard people say they had a revolver, and I'm like, man, it's kept. But to actually happen on me, and no, I wasn't faking at that time, like, I'm going to do this, fool. I was just like, it wasn't meant. Everybody saw.
Hey, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bahashem, Hawashah, Bahashem, Kakadash. I also want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and peace and love to the Lord's hopefully elect. And back at it through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Hawashah. All right, man. Just a quick epistle, man. Your boy, Lil Woody. I don't even know if I did this before. If I did, it is what it is, man. But I guess this dude used to be with Young Thug. Maybe he was the muscle, if you will, for Young Thug. I don't know too much about Buddy and their situation, man. But the whole point of what he was saying, during this interview about how he had his mindset to do something and it didn't prosper. All right, he had his mindset to take a life, man. All right, and it didn't happen, and he had a weapon that usually doesn't jam like that. And the reason why I brought that out, hey, we're coming into those times, man, where miracles and such are going to happen on behalf of the Lord's hopeful elect. All right, when this mark of the beast gets implemented and that hopeful elect rejects it, I mean, the enemy's gonna seek to take our livelihood as well as our lives, man. And we got to keep the faith in Yahweh Bashim and Hawashai. And we utilize these stories. This is a testimony. Now, this brother may not know Yahweh Bashim and Hawashai like we do, but this is a testimony nonetheless. It's the spirit of truth. If he is telling that, all right, that he pulled his damn sword out in the middle of the club, attempting to take a life, and he kept doing it. And let me play it one more time.
I had got into it with this guy that I know, and they was on the internet talking, and I had a fantasy. My fantasy was one of the crazy ones. I was gonna set an example in front of everybody, and I had the opportunity to set an example. And once I tried to set an example to him in front of everybody, I tried to shoot somebody in the club on the stage, and my gun didn't go off. And it's a Glock. Caught that. It didn't go off. I gave the gun to somebody else. It didn't go out. We got in the car, left. As we ran up Bankhead, I'm cussing dude out like, man, you got this gun, man. Ooh. I hear the window going down, and I hear, bah! And me and everybody in the car was just quiet. I swear, a tear just fell out my eye. Like, I don't know why, it just dropped. I wasn't sad on that. I was just like, what the world? Because I done heard people say they had a revolver, and I'm like, man, it's kept. But to actually... All right, man. So you heard it. So precept, man. I got it. Isaiah 54 and verse 17. Literally, right? No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper. Now, this also goes into, spirituality, how the Lord say that his sheep hear his voice. So that's a part of, the enemy's weaponry, those lies and that deceit. And the Lord is teaching us that none of those weapons that is formed against thee shall prosper. And every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment, thou shalt condemn. All right. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, Yahweh, all right? And their righteousness is of me, saith Yahweh, all right? This is our heritage. This is how the Lord gets down on our behalf for his own will. When these things happen and we're prophesying, man, they're going to come for us, man, all right? We're going to be pilgrims on the earth, on the run, from location to location. If it be one location, then it be one location. But we know with our spirit that we probably won't be riding out the end of the world in the comfort of our own home, is all we're saying. Whether we're in the camp, whether we're in the woods, a damn desert, somewhere in the bottom of the ocean, waiting it out through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem and Hawashah, this is going to happen. And again, that brother's testimony, he's showing you how, and let me bring this out in Proverbs 20 in verse 24, right? It's showing you, that guy was showing you through his testimony that you could have your mindset to do something
And if it's not the will of the Lord, it's not going to come to pass. So in Proverbs 20 and verse 24, we bring this out all the time. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? How could that brother understand, in that moment why his gun was jamming, other than it was, his ass is on trial now, for a bunch of crap. But then and there, he had his mindset, like he said, he had a fantasy. Let him tell it. That's how, sick in the head he is. But he had his mindset to do something, and the Lord showed his power, man. You could think that you have the power to do something, but you don't. This is what we try to teach our people really on a daily basis, that you're not really in control of your life like you think you are. Man's goings are of the Lord, man. And this is all the will of the Lord. Hell, this World War III, that mark of the beast that we keep talking about. This is all the Lord's doing, man. And we're just prophesying these things through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. So we'll go to the book of Psalms 44 and verse 6. And it reads, "For I will not trust in my bow, neither shall my sword save me." So this goes for all you Israelites out here that is trusting in your weapons. It's been countless stories of guns jamming, guns not going off. And if you heard what the brother was saying, I won't call him a brother, my wicked brother, all right? What he was saying, when he got in the car, hell, it went off. This happens all the time, man. This ain't no coincidence. People that are unlearned and unwise, they think it's a coincidence that when stuff like that happen. We know it to be the will of Yahweh Bahashem and Yahweh Shai. So this is, things that the Lord is trying to teach his hopeful elect, not to trust in the literal bow or your skills with the bow, your skills with the sword. Modern day sword, of course, is that gun, but we are to have trust and faith in Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, that he's going to dictate our paths, all right, make things move on our behalf, not just, and if it come down to us using that, okay, then the Lord will be with us. We have to have that type of faith. But the whole point is, there's a lot of our people, especially Esau, Edom, but I'm talking about the Israelites now, just like Buddy, that really, in Eve, that's by herself, she got her little guns or whatnot, man. They trust in that, man. That is what they trust in. If that's really their first line of defense, man, besides the front door to a person's home. They think it's all good, and they think that this is some type of fucking action movie, and that just because they got their gun, assault rifle, what have you, shotgun, that if somebody comes up in there, they're going to be able to John Wick that guy. All right. And again, it could happen if the Lord with you, but if the Lord is not with you, again, that gun's gonna jam, or the person that came, the intruder, is gonna light your ass up. So that is why, again, we're reiterating through the spirit not to trust in those things. All right. Hey, all right. And just one more precept, man. Straight to the point. In the book of Isaiah 59 in verse 19, in relation to that, the enemy coming in and then getting janky, we got to fight against our own people, our own damn women, our own children, all these things. And Lord willing, I pray for the spirit of cohesion amongst the Lord's hopeful elect. And I also pray for the spirit of division for those 2/3, man. But everybody's going to become our enemy, man, that took that mark of the beast, or that's going to take that mark of the beast. So we got to be ready for this. And guess what? When they come in crazy, like Isaiah 59 and verse 19, so shall they fear the name of the Lord Yahweh from the west, in his glory from the rising of the sun, the east. When the enemy, here's the point, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, all right, and we're prophesying the reason the enemy is going to do that, man. It's the last days. This is prophecy. They're going to seek to destroy the saints of the Most High, all that, okay? They're going to come in all crazy, martial law troops, just real aggressive, like, making more draconian like measures, man. You see what's happening with the so-called migrant. It's getting out of control. All right, this is all by design, man. It's for the Lord to bring that sword like he said he was going to bring. The Lord said he didn't come to bring peace, but a sword. That's a symbolic for war and the spirit of division. All right, the spirit of the Lord Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him. So that standard is just going into the Lord protecting us all the way to literal miracles. All right, we've seen it happen before when the enemy, look at what happened when the Israelites were running from Pharaoh them, man. The Lord lifted up a standard and parted a whole damn sea. All right, And we got to remember that, man. Just like old buddy, little Woody, or whatever his name is, his gun jamming. Hey, this is gonna happen. The enemy come in, robot dogs, super soldiers, their weaponry, drones, whatever. It'll come to naught, man. However the Lord wanted it to go down, man. And when it's showtime, man, the Lord is not playing about his name. We're professing the name of the great one, man, Yahweh. All right, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And he's not playing about his name, man. So if he's gonna lift up a standard and you guys are laughing, you 2/3 niggas out here laughing, but just like that, what was it? I don't know which Avengers movie it was, but it was the one, man. Oh, the Gamora girl, the green girl, right? She tried to stab Thanos and that shit. Or yeah, did she try to stab him? Either some old buddy tried to shoot him or she tried to stab him, but it turned into fucking bubbles. All right, I guess he had enough stones to have that type of power. All right, but I mean that's what we're expecting through faith, in relation to the Lord lifting up that standard. Yeah, you guys are come in with your guns or what have you, and I mean it can turn into anything. It can melt in your hand, heat up. It could just not go off. But we definitely, just out of like the mind of a child, like a innocent child, we do want to see miracles. We want the Lord to do some crazy stuff on our behalf. All right, we're not going to cap you down. We want to see crazy stuff. We want to see more wapapium, miracles happen. So I mean, we hope for that. We pray and we're calling out to play through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Hawashah. We're telling these guys to play right in front of their face and watch them do that, and watch them hit us with the persecution, etc. And watch the Lord lift up that standard, man. Again, no weapon that come against us shall prosper, man. That means even going into literal weaponry, right? Whatever have you, a famine, these diseases, the pestilences that's coming, these storms, especially the ones that the Lord quote unquote allows Esau, to manipulate the weather and it's all the will of the Lord. But the whole point is you see that you could have the mindset, just like the enemy is going to have the mindset to do certain things to us. And guess what? The Lord, he's going to lift up that standard and say, nah, this is not my will. All right, these are my servants. And again, it was going into this is our heritage. People chasing us and the Lord showing his power. We don't have any glory. All right, now eventually that glory is going to trickle down to the Israelites. All right, but right now the glory belongs to Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shai, man. All right, and in order, the men that died for Yahweh Shai, and then every brother in their respective order, man. But we'll see that manifestation here pretty soon. But with that, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear again to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Until next time, Shalom.